Okay, welcome back. Squatch down here because I'm trying to figure out the best angle for key principle number 10 of the 20 key principles of the Mook Jong. And it's pretty light out here, so I think it's going to look all right. Anyways, I'm going to go through a series of single-handed training attacks. So the idea of this video, it's not to teach you what I'm doing. It's the thought of you training in your own way, whatever style, whatever you do, to train maybe just single-handed on more than one or two or even three attacks or counter strikes or whatever you want to call it, techniques in one flow. So I will say with the Tiger, this is very advanced, and a couple of things about it is it takes time to develop where I'm striking in very, I don't want to say tender areas, but very vulnerable areas of my hand. So it isn't just an overnight thing. And so maybe try to mimic, don't, do whatever you want, it's up to you. But do, I'd say, more of what you do and start really slow. And just the idea of, again, single arm, for whatever reason, I was saying in the last video, your arm's hurt, it's cut off, you don't have one, whatever it is. You're holding groceries, I call it grocery combat. The lady laughed when I told her that. You're at the car and you have your key or something in your hand, you can't move, and the other hand is available. So you're holding your baby, you're holding also your husband. Okay, that was a joke. You're holding anything, something valuable you don't want to drop. You're pinned. How's that? That's a good one. And you think that you're pinned in a spot where you can only use one arm. Whatever it is, okay? So one arm bandit. Here we go. So I'm going to start with using two hands and give you an idea how I get to the single arm training. I've been warming up a little bit, and one of my videos was double strikes. I didn't think it did that well. I thought more people would, whatever, it doesn't matter. But maybe go back and look at it. If you haven't looked at it, I thought it was great. I love double strikes. But anyways, this is single striking. So what I'm going to do is work from the inside, and I'm going to try to show you. I'm striking, and in my very first video, I showed like different parts to train on, very slowly, methodically, on your hands, part of the hand to strike really the wrist and the hand. And one that I do, and I don't know a lot of people do, but maybe specific styles or whatever, is right in the center. And this is a tiger. So tiger isn't just here. This is my version of tiger, and I'm going to do a whole tiger thing later. But I thought I'd use the tiger tonight. Just felt like it. So enter the tiger. So I'm doing kind of a opening and dropping on the back of my hand here. So I'm opening and then coming around with, call it whatever you want, just like an enclosure where I'm coming in and striking with this part of the palm, which is very common. So I'm coming up here, double, so that's two hands. So what if I just, let me finish. Here, here, and then here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, I will say application, which I don't want to talk about too much, at least right now, is I saw a video where somebody made this thing so complicated about someone pushing you in your chest, and I say this is smashing their hands together, and I've used it a lot and taught it a lot, and simple. It's again one of my key points, key principles. Just keep it simple. I was watching something so convoluted and complicated, I was getting lost on it. I'm like, oh man, just things have to be kind of simple. The Mook Jong in a lot of ways is simple. So here's a simple idea of maybe something coming around and you're getting out of it. Like, okay, so opening, closing, and then straight striking. The other thing I want to say about the tiger is your alignment has to be perfect. So if you're coming around, you're hooking, you really have to pay attention of alignment of your bones when you're pushing out. So it isn't just slapping or swinging. It's very, very specific and detailed. So even this is very specific and detailed. Coming in, my elbows are in. Because again, it's not a lesson on tiger, but I thought I'd talk about a little bit. And then even here, I'm pushing in straight. Straight. So you can apply this to anything. So what if I use just a single hand? I'm going to go out, in, and then I'm pushing straight in. So once again, out, in, and my straight in attack. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Catching, in, and then aligning straight in. And in this one, you can lean off a little to the side. So from here, and I'm turning a little bit here. So you can turn a little bit, or not. If you're really smashing something out of the way, you've created an opening, and oops, and just single-handed. Okay, so that's number one. And then the second one is, again, just one hand. So I'm using, hopefully you can see this. I'm going to go low, high, and higher. Low, high, high. So it's not rocket science, but either you do it or you don't. So, oh, that's nothing, yeah, man. Well, do it, you know. So you're working on just single-handed triple strikes. So I just happened to decide to go low first, high, or medium, you could say, and then higher. Low, medium, but I'm aligning straight. So I'm aligning straight, structure, and then adding speed to it. It's another principle, structure and speed. So here, here, and then I'm just redirecting here, high. Okay, that's the second one, low, medium, high. Third one is, so I'm going to turn it around a little bit, and once again, catch on that outside hook. And what's important with this one, I will say, is I'm aiming downwards in 45 degrees. So I'm not just hitting or going straight down. I'm directing energy that way. And then from there, straight in. This one's somewhat easier because it's only got 2 moves. Catching, hooking, redirecting, and then aligning, and then straight in. Now, I was doing it initially kind of this way, working on this one sound in Wing Chun, and then this is a secret move right here, and then Chung Jong straight in. I wasn't going to show that, but so what? So from here, I'm circling. You can circle here if you want, or touching, or not, because I do everything. So from here, I'm circling and then sending energy that way, and through alignment. Not using much energy at all, just alignment, recircling, not using any body here, and then aligning. You can even use, don't think that someone's leaving their arm out there. That's such a, it's ridiculous. But I am using this as an alignment, kind of as a marker for where I'm going in. I'm not trying to push against it, because I just try to smash it out of the way. I'm trying to create my center line opening, my center line for the palm strike. But with the tiger, it's a little different. I'm coming around and knocking down. I'm using the back of my hand. This takes a lot of time to develop. There's a lot of vessels. You can really hurt yourself. So you have to know what you're doing. Just do it a million times. Understand to feel it. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes I don't do it correctly. Because I always admit when I'm wrong. You know, if I do something, I go, that's why you practice. If I'm hooking, knocking straight down. So it's a very advanced tiger move. Knocking down, turning, aligning, and then straight in, straight up here. So one more time, here, and then in. Oh, I was going to do one last one. So last one, once again, I'm using an area that's very vulnerable, very painful, which is right in here, this area here. And then I'm turning, and it's almost like a raking across. So I'm knocking. It's almost like this one with the first one, which is the hook down, but it's not. I'm actually, it's more of a rotational, using the inside here, just using something a little bit different, because I use everything. and turning, aligning, and then striking this way. Goes like this, just like that. Yeah. So with this one, I'm trying to knock something out of the way, but I'm also trying to drag it downwards. So if I was doing like a grapple or a double tiger, I'd be pulling, it's like I'm clawing, pulling something this way, okay? And then coming around with the strike. That is tonight's number 10 of the 20 key principles of the Mook Jong. Made it to number 10, so I'm halfway through. And this isn't, again, a tiger lesson, even though it was, in a sense. But it is just for you to think about doing single arm, like this, single arm strikes. So it's more of that idea than it is of the tiger and how to do and all that. But hey, I might as well combine things here. But just doing single hand stuff. One is just going in and, inside and then straight in, or whatever you're going to do. Up, and then chop. Just make it up. And then work on it. And develop it. Hone it. Spend some time. One-handed bandit. Okay? That's it. So anyways, have a nice evening, and we'll get to number 11 really soon. Take care. This is Black Dragon Modern Combat. Sifu David Akrish. Hope you learned a lot out of this lesson. Take care. Bye-bye.